Now let's try to develop a sticky notes application. You might have used sticky notes application on your computer as well as paper type sticky notes. So this is the stickies application on my Mac, and this is actually done by my son, and he has created some simple sticky notes like today is my day, God is with me, Aaron is a good boy, something like that. So you can create new sticky notes as you want, and you can enter the text. Suppose I want to enter like work is worship. I can add it. I can increase the size here. For that I need to select the text, and here in font I can click bigger, or even I can press Command plus. I can resize these windows, also reduce the size. I can change the color, say gray, and here also I can enter something. So this is a sticky notes application. So we are going to develop an online sticky notes application using jQueryUI. So let me show you how our online sticky notes application will look like. This is our sticky notes. When we click new note, new notes will be added. You can add some text as you want. Suppose I want to add some notes like buy grocery, then pay Aaron's fee, then clean the work desk, something like that. Suppose I want to reduce a size, I can reduce a size like this. Then here suppose I want to enter some work related notes like record, jQuery video, complete, course, outline. Like this you can add different notes, and you can also change the color of the notes. Suppose I click this and change it to pink. I can add a new note and change its color to blue. I can remove a note if I don't want that, or if I have completed the items in that. I can remove this. I can move one note on the top of the other. I can still enter something in the note which is displayed below by clicking and entering the text. Like this you can do a lot many things using our online sticky notes application. So we are going to develop an online sticky notes application project from scratch using jQueryUI, and let's get started. Now to create our sticky notes application, I have created a very basic web page and added reference to the required jQuery and jQueryUI files. So I have added online reference this time, and we need to have a button and also different colors we want to give to the sticky notes. So let me add a button with ID btn new as it is for adding new notes, and let me add the text as new note. Okay. Next let me have 4 different span elements for showing 4 different colors, and I'm going to add class names to specify the colors. So let me have a class name green, then I'm specifying some colors, and we will style them using CSS. So here let the span class be pink. Okay, then another span with class name peach, then finally one more with class name blue. Okay, so we have 4 different span elements with different class names like green, pink, peach and blue. We will just see now the button only. Let's see that. Let me refresh. See, we are seeing this button only. So we are going to style this button and also the span elements so that it will look more professional. Now let me style the button first. So its ID is btn new. btn new. Now let me set a width of 120 px. Okay, then height of 40 px. Then I want to have rounded corners, so let me specify a border radius of 10 px. Then let me set the font size to be say 20 px, and I want to have cursive letters, so font family cursive. Then I want to specify light orange or yellow shade, so I have selected the color background. Let me specify the color. This hash F0 D2 D7. Now let's see the page. Let me refresh. See, this is how it is now looking like. So this is the light, not actually orange, it is a shade of pink, right? Next we need to style the span elements, right? So let's add one more common class name so that we can set the height, width, etc. So let the common class name be box. Let me copy this and paste it here. Okay. Next what we need to do, we need to style these boxes. So first let us style the common box class name. So box. Now let me set a width of 40 px, then height of 40 px, then border of 1 px solid black. Okay. And when I move the cursor, I want it to have a hand-like cursor. So it is cursor pointer. And finally, I want to specify the display to be inline block. Why? Because these are span elements and I am setting the height and width for them. So I am setting the value for display property to be inline block. Next, we need to add the colors. So we have specified green, pink, peach and blue. So let me get dot green, then dot pink, then dot peach, and finally dot blue. So for these as well, I have selected some colors. Let me copy and paste it here. So here I have selected some colors, that is different shades of green, pink, peach and blue. Now let's see how the page looks like. Now let me refresh. See, this is how now the page is looking like. So if I specify float to be left for this button and all the span elements will be aligned properly. So let me specify for the button float to be left. Now let's see, save. Let me refresh. Okay, now this is displayed like this. We can have some gap here, right? So for this button here, let me add margin right to be 10 px. So only right margin I need for the button. So I have specified margin right to be 10 px. See, now the button and the span elements are displayed like this. Next, what we need to do, we have to add new nodes here. When we click this button, then style them, make them draggable, resizable, etc. Let's do it in the next lecture.